28-30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Pats have taken the early lead. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. Got2eat4 now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Rodgers. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue. First carry for the former Tar Heel Elijah Hood. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Let's go. 10. Gun.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Rodgers now on 1st down. Buying time was left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Let's go, come on. Hey, 4 down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And left side here, it's Graham. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So the Patriots coming out now. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. Off play action. Knight eluding the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Throwing on 3rd and long. Knight. He'll air this one toward Coleman. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it the rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit. Sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know the rule is first guy hold up the runner, everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
They run with a rookie. This is Sony Michel. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Clinton Dix there for the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's got some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Got2eat4 now out to kick it away. Trevor Davis now to return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go, come on. Jump out. Well.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. This is Hood on the ground, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Touchdown, Packers! Equanimous St. Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. It usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
Leopard!
They'll start by running the option to the right. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on 2nd down, Knight. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
To throw on 3rd down, Knight. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice game.
Green 39! Gone! 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 Gone!
Throwing on 1st down. Knight over the middle. That's It's taken in by Gronkowski. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Dancing to his left. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free.
Detroit!
On third down, Knight going underneath. It's Coleman. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. On first down, Knight. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Montravius Adams in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Off the play fake. Knight. Flush to his right. Now he's going to send this one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. A minute 52 left to play in this second quarter. Back to Foxborough after this. From the gun, Knight. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best. They're on. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not got too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
On first down, Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 25. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Duke Dawson picks it. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. Got2eat4 now out to kick it away. Returnable here for Davis. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
That's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Rodgers now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 40. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the other. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Knight uncorks one for Davis. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And spins away. So we've reached halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
If these guys going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now Rodgers to throw on third down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Brian Allen. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10. All the way down at the 21-yard line. Coleman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And some room to maneuver. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Brady again here on 2nd and 10. Going for the deep ball. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they've managed to get it done.
New England on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Brady now to throw. Going to air it out deep for Gronkowski. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Rob Gronkowski, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. Returnable here for Davis. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton, there to swallow him up.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now it's Rodgers. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And now here is another interception. Devin McCourty picks it off. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get it.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. In for the score. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. Returnable here for Davis. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And my goodness, another interception. Duke Dawson picks it. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. That throw by Brady, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the 3rd.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing again. Knight. And some space here. Takes this to the 45. Got a little space after that nice move. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. New England on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4.
Watch it now, Detroit! Detroit! That's me, boys. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
We got 4.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19.
Looking to throw. Knight. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great. With the offense, they can't be despondent.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get him there.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Adrian Claymore in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Back now in Foxborough. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
26.
Here's Rodgers on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Zoom. Right up.
Man left.
Even. 4 down.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Rodgers. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a first down.
And he'll be the one in the film session. He'll be saying, hey, run that one back, coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that
One
again.
more time.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much.
And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 13. And some room to roam now. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing now is Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping?
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. On play action, it's Brady. He's going to launch this thing way down, and that's caught by Gronk for a Pats touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, his second touchdown of the night, and the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And his kick is good. Gronkowski now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Rodgers to throw on second down. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first. Rodgers now on first down. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Letting one go deep here for Gronk. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for 19 and a first down.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
66. Rip.
On play action, now Brady. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play, as we'll get a timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Zoom. Right up.
Rodgers now on 1st and 10. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Zoom. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Come on. Hey, 88. Box it. 31. Check 31. Jumbo!
To throw is Rodgers. Throwing on 1st down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. It was the veteran Devin McCourty. He got a hand in there to break that one up. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. For Clark again, and this time he's got him. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
Hey,
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for New England, and even 40 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.